hot, as they say.
I'm only reigning champ because I played like when everybody was on bye.
Yeah. Well, that might be a good strategy for you to tune in on Wednesdays when everybody's taking a day off and
Well,
just,
I think it actually, because it's sort of switched to like the reward is like on a weekly or daily basis. I think it makes it a little bit more fair. Because if you're just like here from day one, then you're just going to be. Yeah. But I've missed a couple, so.
Right.
My wet hair.
Yeah, I am thinking about trying to lobby for like a monthly and maybe bring back the all-time one for some sort of prize, but we'll see. Baby steps, as they say. But all right, we've got a quorum, so I'm gonna hit start here, and we're just gonna.
Can I get 2 seconds?
Yeah, you actually have a fair amount of time. I'm gonna hit the intro thing, and then I'm
sweet.
gonna read through a
Cool.
bunch
I'm gonna
of stuff,
pop my camera off real quick. I gotta get some water. Thank you.
Go for it. All right, and we are live and ready to rock right about now.
It's a cruel world out there. It's hard to know who to trust. Seems like around every corner there's another hoaxster, jokester, or cloakster. In the end, one thing I've learned is the only person you can trust is yourself. But don't take my word for it. See for yourself with Word Hoax, the game of verbal cloaks, jokes, and master strokes. It'll make you lie to your mama, but don't worry, she's probably not playing this round. Here's your host, Tom Sherman.
Yo, I am your host, Tom Sherman. Thank you, Mr. Announcer. We are just getting started underway here from Word Hoax Stadium. We're getting some late entries, or some players are now DMing me, trying to get me to hold the phone, and I will wait for any players to come into the lobby, and even if you come in the second round, there's no worries there. So let's see. You are watching Word Hoax Public Tournament. Many thanks to you, the internet, for showing up, as well as our contestants waiting backstage. I'm your host, Tom Sherman. We run this public tournament every Tuesday through Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, mostly because it's fun and we don't want to do actual work, but also so we can give out some sweet, sweet NFT prizes. As our players start filtering in, let's remind the folks what everyone's playing for this morning besides fame and glory, and that's one of these, an exclusive IOU NFT from an upcoming launch from Story Squad. This unique 1 out of 10,000 NFT is actually an IOU for a different NFT from Story Squad. Current estimated cash value of the IOU NFT is $100 US. We did see some of the artwork for the some of the artist sketches for our drop recently, and let me tell you, they are magnifique. Unfortunately, I'm still bound by a confidentiality agreement, and I cannot show them to you, the public, just yet. We will show our contestants afterwards, of course. So this is what we're doing. This is how we play Word Hoax. I'm going to read a word, a person's name or a movie title or a series of words, and the players have a set time limit to supply a trick definition for the word that sounds plausible enough that other people might guess that definition. No Googling is allowed, and we keep it PG-13 because it is a family show here. Once time expires, we read the set of fake definitions along with the real one as well and guess around the room. You get points if other players pick your fake definition or if you select the correct definition. You can pick your own definition in an attempt to sway the opinion of other players. However, you won't receive points for your own vote. In round 1, we do a word. Round 2, we write a biography of a person. And then in round 3, we write the description for a movie title. After that, we crown the champion of the day, update the running leaderboard accordingly. And so before we get underway, let's take a quick look at what the current leaderboard standings are. And right now, in overall lead, Harrison with 15 points, tied with Sackville-Baggins with another 15 points. Tim Avatar in third with 11. Tasha in fourth with 8. Mark My Word at 7. Justin 6. Orlando 2. Darwin and Tasha's wife both have 1 apiece. So a lot of room here for players to make some moves today, especially with Sackville-Baggins and Tim Avatar not attending. And Harrison has a chance to build on his lead today. So you missed a great show yesterday also for the fans out there. Sackville-Baggins and Mark My Word dueling to the very end. Mark My Word snagging the daily win as well out of the jaws of defeat there. So great plays by Mark My Words. So anyways, that's about that. We can get this show on the road, and I'll be introducing our players for the day. Currently, we got to bring to the stage, known as the bad boy of Word Hoax public tournament, Radio Harrison. Welcome. What say you? How do you feel about your chances today of winning?
Honestly, all you can do is prepare. You can't really, every day you go in here. I read probably 30 to 40 books a month. So I'm reading a book a day and just getting words in, getting knowledge in constantly. So that's really, that's really how you can, because you never know who's showing up. If Sackville's out there, if Tasha's out there, if my man Avatar's out there, you just never know. You never know what's really going down. So I think there's a lot of slayers. There might be some new people today. It's just it's a jungle out there.
Interesting.
Sorry, I don't mean to it's just tough, man. I'm playing injured. I'm playing a little injured right now.
Sounds like it. I mean, it sounds like you're wary of the competition, which is good. It's never good to get too big of a head in these sorts of competitions because, it's anybody's game. And we were actually just talking yesterday, how do people prepare? This is a tough, it's basically you kind of hit the nail on the head. You just got to ingest as much random knowledge and obscure factoids as possible and hope that that's one of the 3 things that comes up.
It's really Jeopardy, Twitter, and audiobooks. I can barely read. So I just do the audiobooks. I watch Jeopardy and I read the Twitters.
Interesting. Well, let's see who else we have for competition for you today. And welcoming last week's champion, Tasha. Tasha, you're going to be one of the main competitors here against Harrison, and he mentioned you. It sounded like he was worried. Do you think that bodes well for a competitive edge here moving forward?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I know he's got a lot of points, but I think he should be worried. That's
very good. And you know what? He has no points for today. So there's only, it's a whole new ball game. So we've got our 2 players for the day, and that is all we need for a quorum. So exciting head-to-head matchup. This is the stuff of legends, folks. When we have 2 players in a battle of wits, the likes we've seen once before with Radio Harrison versus Tim Avatar last Wednesday as well. And a stunning 3-2 victory for Radio Harrison in that. So, Tasha, you might have your work cut out for you, but I still believe that you both have a solid chance of winning, at least 50%, according to my calculations.
At least.
At least. All right, so I'm going to drop the link here in the chat for you guys. The last 4 letters, the lobby code is CTLH. CTLH. As you all both know, the round 1 is a word, so we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock for you to define the word spruick. Spruick is going to be the word here today to start us off on round 1. We are waiting for Radio Harrison to get into the lobby.
Oh, my bad.
But that's hey, it's up to you whether or not you want to seed round one or not. All right, so we've got our players in. 60 seconds on the clock. The word is Spruick. Your time starts now. Think of NFTs like keys to the future. Right now, as humans, we interact with businesses and organizations much like ants might their queen, slaving away day in and day out for resources to give to the queen so that she may survive. NFTs turn this one-directional relationship into a community partnership. Owning NFTs of organizations will allow those owners special perks like early access to future products, exclusive content behind paywalls, and access to the inner community. Not only that, but NFTs are transferable, allowing owners to sell at a premium, which in turn appreciate all other NFTs held by community members. So NFTs are part art, part online identity, part admission to a virtual country club, part crypto speculation, part generational wealth, and all real, baby. Dagger for Tasha, not making the cut on the. I'm gonna add some seconds just to, Oh, I can't. Oh, all right. Well, Tasha, this is big. This is big here for you. We have two definitions. Number one, to promote an idea to another person, or number two, from Middle English, a bolt used on a storage barrel. So we're actually going to start with Radio Harrison here because he is the overall leader of the current public tournament. So, as is tradition, tough call here for you, Harrison. Do you you either have to pick your own and get no points,
what are the definitions?
The definitions are Spruick. Number one, to promote an idea.
There's got to be more. There should be. I guess I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with. What was the first one?
Number one, to promote an idea to another person. And number two, from Middle English, a bolt used on a storage barrel.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to go with number one.
Going with number one. Interesting. Let's see if that's. Do we have Tim Avatar in the? Oh, we do have Tim Avatar.
There we go.
So Tim Avatar will be voting as well.
Because if this is straight one-on-one, I don't think then it's like there's got to be filler answers. I feel like.
Well, I mean, it looks like Tasha didn't get their answer in time, so that was the issue here, where So yeah, that's. Anyways, long story short, Harrison's voting for number one, to promote an idea to another person. Tim Avatar. So you only have two definitions to vote for here right now, and Harrison picking number one. Got to be a tricky decision for you here.
Well, not so much. I know Harrison wouldn't get a point for guessing his own if there's only two. I mean, it has to be number one, right? So I'm gonna use logic here and go with number one. Not even hearing the other answers.
Assuming Harrison won't play the decoy in round one, although Harrison's been known to decoy people before by guessing for his own definition. Tasha, what do you think?
I guess I could work on one-on-one, right?
Well, that's how you won the last game.
Otherwise, it's a wash.
Right.
Good point. That's a good point, yeah.
So, like, if you were convincing about it, I guess it's like a way to go about it and actually get the point. I don't know.
Yeah,
this is a paradox.
Couple levels. Yeah, a couple levels. And it's still pretty early in the morning to really work through that logic.
All right, so let's abandon logic here, and then let me hear the options before I can.
Well, I guess number one, to promote an idea to another person, or number two, from Middle English, a bolt used on a storage barrel. So right now you're locked in at number one, but you can change before we get to Tasha's answer.
A bolt used on a storage barrel seems... It's got some specificity, well, what's that word? Specificity, but not quite the level I would still guess out of a definition. I'm going to stick with number 1 for now.
All right. Tim Avatar, it's close to changing, going from not going with his gut, but ultimately deciding that's the move. Tasha, you've now seen Harrison's guess. You've seen Tim almost guess twice. What do you think? What do you think's going on right now?
I'm going to go with number 1. I really trust Tim's judgment. So
Tim does have that the history of logical selections. So let's see. Let's submit the guesses, and good on all of you. Harrison writing Middle English, a bolt used on a storage barrel, and then the real definition was to promote an idea to another person. Everybody getting 1 point. So we are still on even ground moving into the second round here. I will pull up this is what a Google image search of Spruick shows, where some speakerphones. So okay, yeah, I'll believe it.
Don't I get 2 points?
No, because no one guessed for your definition. You only get 1 point for.
I thought Tim did.
No, Tim he thought about it and then he decided to stick with number 1.
Shit.
You were so close, so close, and yet so far, because that's it's a wash. Round 2, we're adding 70 seconds on the clock. We've got the word or the bio is going to be Donna Owens. Donna Owens is your biography. 70 seconds on the clock. And as soon as I load in the proper definition, it will be ready to rock. All right, we're starting this right now. Donna Owens. Who was she? Look, I know what you're thinking. How do I play this game? Get in on these NFTs. Quit my corporate job. Well, let me tell you, it's easy. We run 2 competitions daily. Word Hoax, which you're currently watching, and Clash of the Pencils, a 1-page story contest where the internet public picks the winner each night. Both are a quick creative workout to get your mind right during the day, not to mention the fame, glory, and NFTs. If you're interested in playing either of these games, reach out to me, Tom Sherman, in one of the following ways. On social media, send me a DM in Twitter at ShermQ5 or at Story Squad HQ. Give us both a follow while you're there. If you're watching on the Facebook stream, send me a message. Other contact methods include any other way you can think of reaching me, up to but not exclusively playing 6 Degrees of Tom Sherman, smoke signals, and of course, skywriting. We are back from our commercial break, and all the players are in. Tasha, Harrison, Tim Avatar, all submitting definitions. So, who is Donna Owens? Number 1, known best as the first female photographer to even work in professional sports, Donna was also known for her work with the troops. Number 2, born in Bozeman, Montana, she became the first female rancher to own more than 500 acres in the state. Number 3, the mayor of Toledo, Ohio from 1983 to 1989, both the first female and the last Republican to hold the office. Or number 4, Donna Owens is the wife of the character Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So some very interesting specific definitions here. Number 1, known as the first female photographer to even work in this professional sports, Donna was also known for her work with the troops. Number 2, born in Bozeman, Montana, she became the first female rancher to own more than 500 acres in the state. Number 3, the mayor of Toledo, Ohio from 1983 to 1989, both the first female and last Republican to hold the office. Or number 4, Donna Owens is the wife of the character Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Those are your 4 options. we're going to start the voting, and we have to start again with Harrison, who is still holding the tiebreaker between the everybody. I don't know.
Okay. What? The first one is photographer.
Photographer, first to work with professional sports, also known for her work with the troops.
With, I don't know about known for work with the troops. I think that might be a little, like, that gets into like an obituary sort of thing. So I feel like that's not proper definition. That's like widely beloved. I think we put that one. That was on somebody's before. Oh man, I really like the Marvel one.
Okay, is that where you're going? The wife of Hawkeye?
No. I don't want to go with it yet. That's just the one because I don't know anything about Marvel stuff, and that sounds like kind of like a comic book name.
A weak spot. Harrison exposing a weak spot in his defenses.
That's true. Shouldn't have said that. I'll go with the Republican one.
Mayor of Toledo, Ohio, from 1983 to 89, both the first female and the last Republican to hold the office. Interesting. Any particular reason why? Okay, sounds like no.
I don't know. Not sure.
You don't know. You're just all right. Interesting.
It's a little bit more detailed.
It's a little bit more detailed. Interesting. Okay. Tim Avatar, what say you here on the situation?
I really do like the detail in the political one as well. But sometimes it's the simplest one that just rings the bell for me. I don't know. It's very close to another Marvel name I can think of. But I don't know that Hawkeye ever even was in a relationship. I don't know. It's a tough one. But since I don't know any of the answers, being for sure wrong, except the one I wrote, I'm going to go with the Marvel Universe one.
Donna Owens is the wife of the character Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Interesting choice there. You sounded like a little unsure, but in the end decided to go for it. Tasha, it's again down to you. We've had a couple interesting logical choices here from Harrison and Tim Avatar. Where are you going to fall here?
I'm actually going to follow Harrison on this one. I liked his analysis, so yeah.
Interesting. The mayor of Toledo, Ohio, from 1983 to 89, both the first female and the last Republican to hold the office. Tasha flanking Harrison. Will submit the guesses. Honorable mentions to Harrison. Born in Bozeman, Montana, she became the first female rancher to own more than 500 acres in the state. That is a nice little interesting sort of bio, but not quite. Close but no cigar. Tim Avatar writing, known as the best female photographer to even work in professional sports.
Ever, actually.
Oh, ever.
And then I got to the end with troops and just ran out of steam. But if I looked up, there's 6 seconds left. I was like, oh man, I can't say which troops when, where.
right.
The troops.
Yeah. Work with the troops. That was kind of but still good attempt nonetheless. Meanwhile, Tasha raking in a vote from Tim Avatar. Donna Owens is the wife of the character Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Good job,
and
security.
The real definition is Donna Owens was the mayor of Toledo, Ohio from 1983 to 1989, both the first female and the last Republican to hold the office. And here she is in Lacoste boxing gloves for I don't know, some reason. I didn't read the article, so I can't really say why. But
I see, like, I tried to write like something that was specific, and that was like a little bit more specific, and then I just felt like the other two were.
I mean, you had a great bio there. I mean, the 500 acres in a state, that's like a sort of a weird sort of claim to fame that could be coming across here. But unfortunately, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is just so mysterious to Tim Avatar and yourself that it's a little more pressing. So very good work here all around. And let's see what's going on here. All right. Oh, I didn't hit reveal results. All right. So now here we are on the leaderboard. Tasha in the lead with 3, Harrison and Harrison with 2, Tim Avatar with 1. So a lot of ground to make up for Tim Avatar, but it's anybody's game, really. If you make a clean sweep next round, that's, it's all yours. And just a slim point separating Tasha and Harrison moving into our final round, which, of course, the one of the favorites around here, and that is writing your own description for a movie. And the movie, well, let me load it all up first, but it's a good movie, let me tell you. Well, I don't know if it's a good movie. I haven't watched it, but it sounds like it could be a good movie, possibly, depending on your tastes in movies and that sort of thing. But anyways, we're going to put 80 seconds on the clock here for you guys. Actually, I'm going to up it to 87 seconds. No, 88, just to make it a nice round number. And the movie title is The Cat from Outer Space. You have 88 seconds on the clock starting now. Look, I don't know what to say, really. When you get old in life, you find out life is this game of words. I mean, the difference between winning and losing here is so small. One adjective too late or too early, you don't quite describe it. One plot line too slow, too fast, you don't hook your readers. The words we need are everywhere around us. They're in every story, every setting, every sentence. On this app, we fight for each word. On this app, we tear our rough drafts to pieces for that word. We claw with our fingernails for that word. Because we know when we add up all those words, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. And that's what living is. The 6 words in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look into the mirror, look into your eyes. And I think you're going to see an author willing to go get that word with you. That's Clash of the Pencils, folks. That's all it is. All right, here we are. Tasha and Harrison in. Tim Avatar looks like not making it. That is a tough break. Tough break there for Tim Avatar. Looks like ceding the game to the winner between Harrison and Tasha. So, The Cat from Outer Space. Number 1. 3 scientists help an alien feline stranded on Earth to repair its damaged spacecraft in order to return home. But their efforts are hampered by inept army officials and foreign spies. Number 2. A documentary from the 1970s about the Black Panthers and drug culture. Or number 3. This 1967 Russian spoof won film festival awards in 13 countries, including the United States, despite being a satire on America and including Soviet propaganda. Interesting movie titles for The Cat from Outer Space. Is it number 1, 3 scientists help an alien feline stranded on Earth to repair its damaged spacecraft in order to return home, but their efforts are hampered by inept army officials and foreign spies? Number 2, a documentary from the 70s about the Black Panthers and drug culture. Or number 3, this 1967 Russian spoof won film festival awards in 13 countries, including the United States, despite being a satire on America and including Soviet propaganda. So those are your 3 options. And now, Tasha, with the lead, it is up to you to make the first pick. What are your thoughts here on these 3 films?
It seems like number 1 to me.
It
I was
seems
thinking
like
about
number 1.
Panthers, because that sounds correct, but I didn't go with 1.
Interesting. Number 3 sounded correct, but instead going with number 1. Harrison, this is big for you. You got to get some points and the right definition, or 2 people voting for your, like, you don't have a lot of wiggle room here. So where are you
Not a
going?
lot of wiggy.
No. Are you going to flank Tasha, or are you going somewhere else?
I believe. Something's pulling me towards Black Panthers.
Interesting.
Maybe that's
a documentary film from the 70s about the Black Panthers and drug culture.
Yeah, I don't know. That just seems random enough. But yeah, I feel like I gotta go number 1.
Gotta go number 1. Thinking about the documentary film, instead going with the 3 scientists help an alien feline stranded on Earth to repair its damaged spacecraft in order to return home, but their efforts are hampered by inept army officials and foreign spies. I mean, I would watch that. So, there's no shame in picking that one, Harrison. Not at all. Tim Avatar, what say you? Do you think Tasha and Harrison are on the right track, or one of these other ones calling your name?
They're really all feasible. I think 1 seems the most in line with the movie title, which didn't get all that complex, I don't think, in the 70s. But now, for some reason, though, the last one is calling me too. The
Russian
film
spoof
festivals, the
won
Russian
film festival awards in 13 countries.
Yeah, it's very very long and specific, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. We're really getting good at those, but I'm gonna stick with number 3 on this one.
Sticking with number 3.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. And what would your description have been had you got it in on time?
Mine became sort of a. It was going to be a kind of about a hipster that slipped into a time-space continuum, was taken back into time, and became known quickly as the cat from outer space.
Nice.
By the locals. I just couldn't really frame all of that idea into a succinct little synopsis and get it up there quite in time. I was probably in my last 3 or 4 words when the second buzzer went off.
So close, and yet so far. That would have been good, kind of like a little Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court remake for the 70s. But we'll have to submit these guesses and see what happens. Honorable mentions to Tasha writing a documentary from the 70s about the Black Panthers and drug culture. Harrison getting Tim Avatar's vote with this 1967 Russian spoof won film festival awards in 13 countries, including the United States, despite being a satire on America and including Soviet propaganda.
I think it's not always a advantage to talk about the choices, because like I only talked about 2 of them and completely ignored the 3rd one, which was mine. So
yeah,
that might have been helpful. It was it
Tim. It could have been, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I was really scared that he was like, oh well, that's obviously his. So and it would have eliminated a whole choice, and I was like really worried that I was talking about my choices too much and like alluding. That's like when there's more people, you can sort of just like banter about 2 or 3 choices that are sticking out to you.
Very
when
true.
it's only 3 people in the room, you got to be like,
Information
You
is
gotta be-
power. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did Harrison's contemplation about number 2 steer you away from that, Tim Avatar?
Number 2 being the one about the Black Panthers.
Yes.
No, not so much. I think like, I guess more of the timing. I don't feel like since the Black Panthers were not that far from being relevant then, that a movie about them and drug culture would have been, released at the time. I just that's the first thing that struck me is like, nah, that wouldn't have done that then. But I don't know. I can't say for sure that they haven't.
Right. Interesting. The timing, though, that does make sense. Where would there be a documentary being made at that moment in time? But this is what the Cat from Outer Space actually was here. It was voted on by Radio Harrison and Tasha. Well, I'll just let you guys see. It's supernatural, huh? Come on.
These are good, dude. All the last few movies have all like really. This actually didn't look that bad.
You're a cat.
He's the cat from outer space.
You're serious?
I'm serious. While you and I are talking this very minute, some slimy, green-headed, 12-legged creep could be crawling into the White House.
You're trying to tell me that your little pussycat came from another planet, from another galaxy, in a spacecraft and landed right here on Earth.
We're up against genius.
I gotta tell you something, pal. It's dumb. Very dumb.
Ken Berry, McLean Stevenson.
The video's a little choppy for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Holy cow.
You might have to put it into like when you.
Sandy Duncan. It's a spacey comedy that'll boggle your mind.
It is mind-boggling. The man who owns the secret of this device could control the universe.
You are under arrest.
And the pussycat, General.
And the pussycat.
He's got his paws on the power.
The power that cat possesses is awesome.
You betcha, Charlie. And if you know what's good for you, you'll land this thing and let Lucy Bellamy.
Quiet.
Okay.
Who's flying that plane?
Walt Disney Productions, The Cat from Outer Space.
I'm serious.
And it's got a little better there when I pulled us off the screen, but
Now, if they had included that it was a Disney film in that description, I would have definitely known that that wasn't it. I would have never guessed that was a Disney production.
right.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. I don't know. I would watch it.
Yeah, looks interesting.
Yeah, why not?
That's like-
So that's it. Let's see. Right now, Tasha and Harrison tied at 4 apiece. Tim Avatar with 1. There's really only one way to figure out who's going to take home today's IOU NFT, and that's for me to click this blue button right here. And Tasha brings it home on top of the podium with Donna Owens. Does not mean Donna Owens is the wife of the character Hawkeye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, Tasha, big win here today for you. Also, big points that you gained as well this round. Well, congratulations, first and foremost. And how do you feel about this victory?
I feel really good about this. I want to thank Harrison for being there to help me step up my game. And that really helped because, you're like a big performer and trying to compete definitely helped. And so is Tim as well. You're both up there. So,
and now you're right up there as well, and tied for 3rd in the overall leaderboard with Tim Avatar. So, you've successfully accessed the highest echelons of the Word Hoax public tournament.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Tim Avatar, only 1 point today, but a big point, keeping you in the 3rd place position, tied with Tasha. How do you feel about getting that point? Do you wish you could have anything back over the past 3 rounds? And how are you going to take this moving forward?
I think I'll have to, really look at my training regimen and make sure I'm actually getting prepped for these rounds like I was when I first started, making sure knowing the competition is going to be as fierce as it has been consistently. I just gotta be sure to be here, show up every day. I missed yesterday. So, I'm not gonna be able to keep it up with Harrison or get anywhere close to that number one headband again if I don't really start paying attention and stepping up my seriousness to this competition here.
That's a fact. You can't just waltz into the Word Hoax Coliseum and just throw down a couple words and get points. Right. You got to be out there every day training, studying, watching obscure movies, and just really trying to figure out how to write very random biographies for people. Harrison, you're again maintaining your position atop the overall leaderboard, putting some daylight in between yourself and Sackville-Baggins, matching Sackville's 4 from yesterday. Are you satisfied with that, or do you wish you were able to take home the win today as well?
Yeah, I mean, I guess hopefully that means something at some point. But otherwise, I'm good with the moral victory.
It's a good silver lining, right? I mean, if nothing else, you can still sleep well at night knowing that you didn't lose ground to anybody, really.
Yeah.
sounds like it. So, and then also Tasha now is currently the weekly leader at 5 points. But it's 5 to 4 to 4 to 4 to 1. So really, tomorrow is going to be a big day. We'll see if MarkMyWords and Sackville-Baggins show up, and then that would really be a quite a show between the to see who wins this weekly Word Hoax matchup. So that's about that. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't think so, right? We went over the leaderboard, did all the stuff. So, yeah, that's about that. That wraps up another round of the Word Hoax public tournament. Be sure to tune into our Clash of the Pencils live stream tonight to see who wins that competition and gets their own IOU NFT for their short story today about a message in a bottle. And join us here tomorrow at the same time, same place for a different hoax.